I'm Kendra Robinson, and this is KissTalk with Kisswork Studios. I am from Clinton, South Carolina. It's a really small city that is a little bit below Columbia and a little bit above Greenville. So it's kind of right there in the middle. Being from a small town and then coming to a big city, it has been a shock for me. It has been really good. It's really turned out really great. It's just, it took me a few years to get in tune with the big city life. Being that where I'm from is really small, everybody knows everybody. And even where I went to school at, it's really small and really tight knit. So being in the big city of Atlanta has been amazing for me. And it's been a new walk of life, honestly. What I like to do for fun is I love to listen to music and I love to eat. And so basically, and I love to hang with my friends. So my best friends live in different places. They don't live in Atlanta. My very best friend, she does live in Atlanta, and she's a realtor. But the rest of my best friends, they live either in Chicago, Detroit, or Kentucky. And so I like to travel and go see them. So they might call me up on the weekend and say, hey, let's go to LA. I'll be like, okay, I'm booking my ticket. Or, you know, maybe we might talk on a Monday and say, let's do this on a Saturday. So I love to travel. I love to spend time with my husband, and I love to spend time with my husband and the kids, because kids give you a whole new meaning or a whole new like leash on life. So I just like to be really involved with my family and just, you know, grow that love and grow that connection, because working, I don't have that much time to do so. Well, let me say I'm guilty. I am a lawyer and I do love trap music. I know recently Young Joc got murdered, and that is one of me and my husband's favorite rappers. So, you know, I definitely play him all the time, almost every day. Of course, I listen to my husband's music and his new music and stuff like that. And I just like, I'm from South Carolina. I'm a real Southern girl, so I like Southern rap music. But I like all musics, but I'm really into cadences that are in trap music. And so when I'm on my way to court, when I leave out of court, on my way here, when I leave here, you know, that's pretty much what I listen to. A boss to me is a woman who is able to take care of home, take care of her career, make sure the business runs, but also make sure the kids are taken care of, her husband is taken care of, her whole family is taken care of, because it's been age old that is a woman's role. But a boss sometimes in this new day and age, it's not just about washing the clothes and washing the dishes. It's literally about being able to multitask every single thing. And I'm proud to work with boss women, and I'm proud to live in a city where everywhere I turn my head, I see a boss, you know, I see a woman doing her thing. And so to me, it's about execution. If you're able to execute every single task, or execute most of them, still smile, still go out and look very nice, but everything is handled, everything is happy, everything is satisfied, and nothing is deficient. That is the true definition of a boss. Because if you're making all this money but home is lacking, or you're doing everything at home but you broke, it's a conundrum. It's messed up. Like something is unbalanced. So the key to being a boss is making sure you have that proper balance and execution. The way that I've handled and maintained with the rise to stardom, or quote unquote celebrity status, is basically just be grounded and be myself. Because when you take away the TV, when you take away the cameras and the lights and stuff, I'm a person. I gotta go to work. I have to work. I have to, you know, take care of myself, take care of my family. So it allows me to be way more grounded, because when the cameras go off and when it's not time to do that at the very moment, it's like, how are you going to survive? How are you going to provide? And so, you know, with me being a Christian, I try to stay away from the prideful stuff. And I just feel like that allows me to be able to cope with, you know, oh, you're Kendra. Oh, you're on this show. You know, it just allows me to be like, oh, hey, how are you? You know, and people are always taken aback because they expect me to be like Hollywood and to just, not be a people person, but that is totally not who I am. And so just me being real and being the real Ken, that's what everybody calls me, that just keeps me grounded, because it's another day, another dollar, no matter whether you're on set or in court or wherever. Jocel and I met on Cascade in Atlanta at the Shell station right across from the BP on Pump 2. I was coming out of the gas station. I had just got back from a job interview at the Savannah's DA's office, and I walked out and he was there, and I was pumping gas, and he approached me. I was looking rough. I had on sweatpants because I had just changed out of my suit. And so he approached me and, pretty much just started flirting with me. And it just really all started from there. We didn't, exchange phone numbers that day, but we did, exchange Instagram handles. So that's how it met. It all started on Cascade at the Shell. The way Jocel and I are managing married life and business life is the main key is that we schedule a lot of stuff. We schedule a lot of time together. And a lot of people say, oh, that's bad, that's stupid. Like, who works on a schedule? But when you're making money and you're making real big moves, sometimes it's not possible to just fly by night it and just see what happens. We are very intentional about our love, the same way we are very intentional about our careers and the way that we provide for each other and our family. And so we are just very on purpose about if we're going to dinner, where are we going? What time are we going? What do you want to do this weekend? Let's get the tickets on Monday. So we just are very strategic and very calculated about each other, because so many times people are like these power couples and they're making money, they got these businesses and stuff, but it's no connection between the actual two people. And so we've seen that with people, and we just know people where it's happened, and we don't want that to happen. Like, that's one of my biggest fears, and that's what Jocel expresses to me, that he doesn't want to happen with us. So we just always make sure that we put each other first after God, and just actually work on the relationship. When it was just a relationship, we worked on it, and as a marriage, we definitely have gone into overdrive, just trying to do whatever it is, whatever advice the pastor gave or whatever advice our moms gave or whatever, to make it work. We're just trying to do everything we can to just make it until we're 120. So my relationship with my stepchildren, or my bonus children, as everybody said I have to call them now, is really great. Like, actually, like when I leave here, the Chase, one of my bonus children, she's going to the movies, and Amir, he's going to the gym to play basketball, one of his friends. So we have a really good relationship. Like, they love me to death and I love them to death, because what they don't really understand is they've given me the opportunity to be a mom without, almost dying to get them here or stuff like that. So I really love them, and I just love that they love me too, because again, I've heard of situations and I know people who do not have a good, wholesome relationship with their bonus children. And so for right now, they make me want to have kids, because I'm like, oh my God, this is so great. Like, we should just have another one. But I know that's just the warm, fuzzy butterfly. We have talked about expanding the family, and of course, meaning me having a child. But right now, it's definitely not something that you guys or that the world should look forward to, because I'm not in a place right now in my career where I feel like I can have a child, be fair, and give my child all of me, or as much as me as a child needs, which is really all of you. And, give my husband what he needs, give the kids we already have what they need from me and my career. I just don't see it right now. That's not to say that in the next 3 to 4, maybe 5, 6 years that I won't be there, but right now, today is no, but we might. So on this next season of Love and Hip Hop, it is going to be one for the books. Like, it is so many tears are going to be shed. It's going to be happy moments. It's going to be really happy moments, really big highs and really low lows. I feel as if everybody's going to see a very vulnerable side of me, a very real look into my life. and some of the things that I struggle with, some of the struggles that Jocelyn and I have or have had. It's just an open book, and I don't know why I was picked to have the book wide open, but that is what I feel like everybody's gonna see. So whenever you're sitting down to watch on Mondays, make sure you have some popcorn, make sure you have some tissue, make sure you have your blood pressure medicine, because you're going to get mad. It's just a lot. And I just feel like this season did a really good job of just capturing at least about 4 or 5 faces that I have and that I wear on a daily basis. So me and probably everybody else too. So this is a different one. This is something that I feel like, you know, people may have dealt with before, or the subject matter, but it's totally not what the world is expecting. So you got to brace yourself, because I got to brace myself to see it back. So the way I feel about the current state of reality TV and the perception that people have of it is, it's a sword and it is a shield. It is something that on the good side, you know, you get notoriety, people know who you are, you get favoritism here and there. But also the sword part of it is that, you know, people have this preconceived notion about reality TV and reality TV stars. Sometimes they don't actually equate us with humans or just, you know, regular people, because they do get to chime into our lives every week and see our vulnerabilities and see, you know, just the real stuff going on. And so I've had my fair share of years to sort through the emotions that I have. I don't like the fact that, you know, I am judged sometimes because I am on a reality TV show, but I'm also a member of the bar. And so, you know, I've had people kind of like, you know, try and throw shade on my career because I do reality TV. Or I've had, you know, people judge me and say, well, oh, you're ghetto. Oh, you're a hood rat. Oh, this, that, and the third. And, you know, I take great offense to that, because, you know, reality TV is TV. I mean, I think that it's something that somebody could be proud of, so long as you're representing yourself well. But segueing into that, I mean, that's kind of the sword coming out again in the whole conversation, simply because sometimes people equate you being on reality TV with you not being a wholesome person, or with you being a person who will instantly fight if you have a disagreement or something of that nature. And the irony in it is that that's not the way I would want to be represented. You know, if I walked into a courtroom, I don't want people thinking that about me. Or if I'm out in the grocery store and somebody's looking for a lawyer, I don't want them to not select me to be their lawyer because they saw me on TV. Or maybe they didn't see me, but they heard I was on TV, so they judged me. And so that's the bigger part of it. You know, people do not know how to separate the person they're seeing on TV, the scenario they're seeing on TV, from the real human that is, you know, present.
Right, because of the things that they air.
That's correct. It's because of the editing. It's because it's, you know, because of the editing, because of the way the production relays the storyline to people. It really jades people's opinion of us all. So my new luxurious closing firm, the name of it is SRS, and that's Sanders, Robinson and Scott Title and Associates. And what it is we are a real estate closing firm. And we pretty much keep everything in-house. We have a top 5% producing realtor as part owner, and we have a very, very top producing loan officer that is also partner in the company, as well as myself, of course, being the attorney who runs everything and oversees everything. So we offer luxury at its finest. You can come close on your home, sell your home, or originate a loan if you're a loan officer, but you get to do it in style. You get to do it with great food, a charcuterie board. You get the top of the line service. You get your money on time. Everything happens in a timely fashion. And it's just a new way about real estate. We keep it true to the basics of what a real estate closing firm offers and the services we provide, but we just do it with so much class and so much grace. We give great presents, great closing gifts and things of that nature, but the main thing is you get a Cinderella-like experience, but you get the business taken care of too at the same time. The way that my business partners and I met up and became Closing Firm is basically, I was their closing attorney. They would patronize me and send business to my closing firm. And one is a lender and the other is a top producing real estate agent, a top 5% producing real estate agent in Atlanta. And so after we closed so many deals together and, you know, we were pretty much a hit, we realized like, hey, you're a realtor, you're a lender, and I'm a closing attorney. And if somebody wants to buy a house in Georgia, they technically need all of us. So how about we stop, you know, giving all the middlemen a piece or a cut of the business, and let's come together and create a conglomerate, a powerhouse. And so that's what we did. One of my business partners, Yashika Scott, she has almost 20 or 30 years of real estate experience. Kendra has a lot of experience as well, and so do I. And so what you get when we're presented to the world or when someone is presented to our office is they get all of that real estate experience. And so you don't just have me, who has been a lawyer for almost 10 years working on your deal. I have so many resources, and that's what allows me to be so effective in operating SRS and overseeing the everyday operations of the firm. And so that's pretty much how we came about. We went out to dinner one day after a deal and we just dreamed up the idea, and then we started putting our money to work and getting all the approvals we needed to be approved by the state to run a title company or to run a real estate closing firm collectively, and we just did it. And it's been a hit ever since. The biggest impact that I feel the work that I do and I've done has on myself and my business partners and the rest of the real estate community in Atlanta and the United States is basically that we are allowing people just like us that are real estate professionals and people who aren't real estate professionals, we're helping them realize that if you set your mind to something and if you strategically plan it out, then you can do it. All you have to do is execute it. It doesn't matter if you're all women. It doesn't matter if you're black. It doesn't matter if you come from money or if you don't come from money. I guess you have to have a little bit of money to do this, but it just shows perseverance, because this was not an easy task to get into motion. We had to have several meetings. We had to get approved by the state. We had to do so many things. And so the big lesson that I feel that we're actually giving to people, even our peers, because we've had our peers actually say these things. They're motivated. Everybody is motivated. Even if they're a realtor, it makes them want to sell more houses so that they can come and patronize our firm. And it just pushes everybody, I think, to be better. A lot of the real estate juggernauts that are in our circle and things of that nature, they are proud of us, but they also just share how inspired they are. It's a lot of black girl magic going on in Atlanta always, but definitely with us. And so that was part of the goal when we started out, to just impact the world, change the world for better, make a little bit of change doing it, but also just serve as a light to everybody, because everybody doesn't always have that bright light. The biggest deal that I have closed this year has been a $3 million purchase. It was a $3 million home, and I closed a few of them actually. It was a package deal, so it was almost, individually it was about $3 million. Collectively it was closer to $9 million with all of the properties included. So that was really, really big. I've also gained a lot of partnerships with a lot of loan companies and a lot of builders, and so they're gladly bringing their business over to SRS Title, and I really appreciate that. So along with that big, almost $9 million acquisition, along with all the business that I've gained from advertising, marketing, having events and things of that nature, that's pretty much my second biggest deal, is getting the lenders and the rest of the people who are going to patronize my closing firm, getting their business and securing their business. But to date, basically the package deal with the $3 million each homes, that was one of my biggest deals just to date. I plan on doing at least quadruple that by the end of the year. A tidbit of advice that I can give to young girls who may be aspiring to be a lawyer or walk in my career path is to just simply keep going. write it down, like it says in Habakkuk 2:2, write it down, make the vision plain, and that is what you literally have to do. You can always actually call my office. I do mentorship a little bit, but just even besides reaching out to me, because all I can do is just tell you, you actually have to, put the plan in motion. Make sure you study. If what you want to do, especially if you want to be a lawyer, you have to study. You have to be disciplined. And you have to be willing to just make that small sacrifice so that you can obtain whatever credentials you need, but just keep going, keep pushing. I know that sometimes you see a lot of stuff in the community and you might not always see lawyers or Black women lawyers or a lot of minority lawyers in the community, but there are a lot of us, and especially here in Atlanta, but definitely in the United States. Now, it's not the biggest number, like minority lawyers are less than 14% in the United States, but just keep pushing, again, focus on what it is you want to do, and then just pursue it. One thing that I love that my firm does is we give back. We always try to reach back and just help people who are less fortunate. And one of the things that we do and that we've done recently is we participated in the State Bar of Georgia's Food Frenzy. And so that's basically where different law firms and different lawyers were able to just donate food, donate money to help the people who are food secure in the Atlanta area. As well, we work with a lot of other real estate professionals, and what we try and do is connect people who may be homeless or who may not have stable housing. We try and connect them with the resources that they need to either get temporary housing or to get permanent housing. So I work with a lot of loan officers and I work with a lot of realtors. And so, on a Saturday, once a month, we might get together and we might brainstorm, and we actually go out into the community and do an outreach and find out what this person's issue is. Well, why can't you get a house? Is it because you have a felony? Is it because you don't have the money? Is it because you don't have the credit? And so based off of their answer, we connect them with somebody who can help them with their credit, somebody who can help them maybe with their record, so that whatever the source of the problem is as to why they don't have stable housing, we just try and correct that. And that is one of the best things in the world that I do, because it breaks my heart with the homelessness crisis here in Atlanta, and definitely in LA and everywhere. Homelessness is not just in LA and Atlanta, it's everywhere. And it's a lot of people who are homeless and we don't know, because homelessness and hunger does not have a face. So that is one of the core goals of SRS, is to give everybody a luxury closing experience, of course, but also to reach back and help people who need our help. They literally need us. And so that's a big part of who we are and what we do and why we do what we do. My main goal in utilizing my platform is to basically be a light and be an inspiration to everybody, and specifically, people who look like me, people who come from where I come from, or come from communities maybe that are similar to where I come from. I just want to be an open book to people, to let them know, regardless of who you are, regardless of where you come from, regardless of what kind of music you like to listen to, or whatever your extracurricular pastimes are, you can be successful. You can bootstrap yourself up, or even if you don't have the means to bootstrap yourself up, you can reach out to people, you can, network your way to the top. You definitely have to pray, and I always put that in my messages to let people know, like, it's not just me. I'm not that spectacular that I did it myself. I always let people know that God did choose me and use me, and he's blessed me with what I have, but I do want to let people know I'm just a little small country girl from Clinton, South Carolina, literally, okay? And half of the time when I first came out of Clinton, people couldn't even understand what I was saying. Like I couldn't even, I wasn't that articulate. So you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So that is what I just want to stress to people. And my greatest desire is to literally be able to change the world, basically by somebody looking at me, maybe reading what I said, or just literally watching my life progress. I want someone to be inspired so much so that they can change their own life, help somebody else out, maybe beat the odds, and then just reach back and grab that next person and just continue the chain on until we have broken all the societal stigma and all of the generational curses. That is my goal, and that is what I want to accomplish having the platform that I have.